Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new, hello and welcome. My name is Taylor and I am a professional cosmetologist. So in today's video, I am going to go over a very big question that I typically get in the salon, and that is product application. So in a lot of cases, you may be sent home with a product or two or three, and you get home and you don't know how to use it. So today I'm going to show you specifically how to use each individual product. I'm going to explain and also explain the benefits of each product. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. The first product that we are going to talk about is a blow dry spray. Typically blow dry sprays are used in the hair when it is wet. Do not put it in when it's dry. It will leave your hair wet feeling. The purpose of a blow dry spray, there are a few. It can help hold the style if you are doing a blowout on yourself. It'll just extend the period of time that the blow dry will last for you. It also can help with frizz. It can help with smoothing the hair, especially if you have more on the curlier side of hair naturally. Overall, I really like using blow dry sprays on people who have more unruly hair. Finer hair textures, it does work. You have to watch out with how much you use. But overall, I do think a blow dry spray is definitely a staple in anyone's hair care routine if you plan on blow drying your hair every time that you wash it. When you are applying a blow dry spray, of course take the cap off, that's a given. You do not want to put the spray really close to your head. You want to make sure that you are fairly away. I'd say anywhere from 7 to 10 inches away from your head, just to make sure when it sprays, it will evenly distribute onto the hair. And of course, you really only want to focus a blow dry spray from your mid shaft to ends. You do not want to put a lot of this product close to your root. Sometimes, again, finer hair textures, it can leave greasy spots in the hair, and of course we don't want our hair to look greasy when it's freshly washed, so just be careful with the distance that you have the product away from your head. The next product I'm going to go over is a hair serum, or you can do a hair oil as well. A really great thing about hair serums is it puts moisture back in the hair. In a lot of cases you can use a hair serum when your hair is wet and when it is dry. So it is a multi-beneficial product. This is very important in anyone's hair if you have color treated hair in any way, especially blondes. So when you're using the product, you'll just take a very small amount. I have a really teeny tiny amount because I'm just going to put it here. But normally I would say if you are shoulder length and shorter, you may only need a pea size, and if you're anything longer than shoulder length, I would go up to about a dime size. When your hair is wet, just rub it through your hands and then distribute from mid shaft to ends. Again, this is another product. If you put this on your hair at the root area, it is going to leave your hair feeling really greasy. If you really feel like your hair close to the root area needs moisture, just be careful with the amount that you apply. I would recommend mid shaft to ends. If you have any left over in your hands, at that point you can kind of re-rub it on your hand and then just, lightly go over the root area. And then of course, once your hair is dry, put a very, very tiny amount, like at that point, just like a little dot. Rub it through your hands like I did before, and then you can just rub it over your hair when it's dry. It'll just give it a little added moisture. And if you use it to smooth down flyaways, that's another little extra trick that you can use this for. So really, I feel like everyone should have a hair serum in their hair care routine. I just feel like overall it is a beneficial product. This one in particular is really great because if you put it in when it's wet, it'll help with frizz when you blow dry, and it also helps with thermal protection. So that, of course, is a really important thing as well. And some blow dry sprays have thermal protection, but not all of them do. So it is good if you were to choose, I think, between the two, I would prefer a serum over a blow dry spray. The third product that I'm going to go over is probably the most, I would say, controversial product, and that is dry shampoo. I need dry shampoo. I try to extend my wash as long as possible because, I mean, let's be honest, who wants to blow dry their hair and wash their hair every 2 days? I try to go anywhere from 4 to 6 days without washing. And I know it sounds gross, but it really does help longevity of color. It helps with dryness. The more you wash your hair, the drier it could be. And it's just the best option for lazy people like me. I mean, I'm lazy and I don't want to wash my hair all the time. So dry shampoo is really, really important. The thing with dry shampoo is a lot of products, if you do use it incorrectly, it can leave like a almost white, wet, chalky look in your hair. Some dry shampoos, no matter how you use them, it is going to do that. So at your discretion, you can certainly trial and error to see which ones you like. But I do use the Paul Bright one. This one's my favorite. It's the only one that has not left my hair chalky or white. But the really important part when you're using these is to not be really close to your head. You don't want your hair to get wet from the spray. So again, keeping it anywhere from 7 to 10 inches away from your head. And you also want to make sure that you're splitting each section out before you spray it. And then of course you can kind of go from there depending on how much you're going to need. But overall, I mean, dry shampoo is any color treated girl's best friend because it's going to keep it to where your color will last longer because you are not washing it so regularly. And yeah, I mean, like I said, this is a good product, and I really, really believe that dry shampoo is a very important staple in anyone's hair care routine. Next product that I'm going to talk about, I actually don't have in my hair collection because I don't necessarily need it, but that is a root lifter or root booster. A lot of times people are very skeptical with using root boosters because it can leave your hair at your root feeling very stiff and sticky. I always recommend try your best to find a foam instead of a wet spray. I do know Paul Bright has a spray foam, so you kind of get the best of both worlds. Again, just making sure that you are keeping the bottle ample enough distance apart from your roots, so that way you're not leaving, we call them hot spots basically, where you have like this circle of product right here, and then you kind of have to take your hand and try your best to move it around in your root area, and sometimes it's not an even distribution. But root boosters are really good for my fine hair texture girls that do want a lot of body. I feel like when you use root boosters on fine hair, you have to be really careful with how much you use. Any products that I talk about today, you can overuse a product at each session. Start off very small with anything. You can always build up, but you cannot take the product out of your hair unless you want to rewash it again. And sister, if that's you, I mean, go right ahead, but I don't have time for that. So yeah, just again, be really careful with, I feel like for a lot of the products I'm going to go over, the distance is like the key point to making sure that you're going to get the full effect of a product. When you keep it really close to your head, again, it's like you don't have any room for it to like spray, you know? So I do think that just keeping that in mind when you are using products is really going to help you out. And it's also going to be a saver of your product because you're not using so much of it to make sure that you're covering the distance of your head. The next product I'm going to talk about is Purple Shampoo. Purple Shampoo is really only directed for my blondes. And when I say blonde, I mean blonde. So not orangey, yellowy kind of blondes. It is more for if you are only yellow. Maybe different variations of yellow, but only yellow. When you use a purple shampoo, wash your hair with your normal shampoo first and then use your purple shampoo. What that's gonna do is your normal shampoo will actually take off all of the dirt, the oils, any added buildup that you have on your hair first, and then that way the purple shampoo can only focus on its job, and that is to tone your hair. I say start out with maybe 5 minutes of leaving the purple shampoo on. If you need more time, you can certainly do more at your next purple shampoo session. But just be careful if you leave it on too long and your hair is really dry and porous. Your hair will turn anywhere from lavender to silver to both. I've seen it happen. It's pretty, but it's not for everyone. So when you are using a purple shampoo, just keep that in mind. And the last product that I'm going to go over is all of your masks and conditioners. It is really important to make sure that you take all of the water, or added water, moisture out of your hair before you're putting any masks or conditioners in your hair. When you have too much water, what it's going to do, it's going to dilute the conditioner, it's going to dilute the product. And with that results not as soft and moisturized hair. So just make sure, some people, they'll just take their hand and wring the water out before they put their conditioner or mask on. Another option is I actually have like a rag, a cloth in my bath. So I'll take that cloth and just kind of wring the water out of my hair and then put the product on my hair. It pulls so much water out of my hair, even if the rag is wet. Sounds weird, but it really happens. You still want your hair to be damp, but you don't want your hair to be sopping wet, so that way you're not wasting product. Alright you guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button below and like the video if you enjoyed it. I hope everyone is staying safe, is staying sane, and is social distancing and staying home. I'm sure a lot of you are starting to lose your minds like me, but I do believe it's really important to abide by the stay at home, and I just want everyone to be healthy and safe, and the sooner that we stay home and just keep ourselves a little crazy for a bit, I think the sooner we can get back to regular life and start enjoying the world again. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!